Okay, 2004 BMW 745 Li ZF6HP26. This belongs to Sherlin, who had the car towed here from New Jersey. So what's going on with this is we have a very bad slip on the 3/4 shift to the point where it puts it into fail-safe almost every time, and it comes up with clutch E monitoring. That is the code. You clear the code, take it out of fail-safe, you drive it. As soon as it hits the 3/4 shift, it really races up and bangs in a gear and immediately puts it into fail-safe again. So we're going to open this up and see what we find. You know, common issues again with the E-clutch, worn rear stator bushing. The clutches themselves could be flaked off. You could have too much clearance in the clutch pack. And also lately, been reading about, there was an article that just came out in one of the magazines that I get Transmission Digest and Gears magazine, of the E-drums actually cracking. So I always check those anyway, but it seems that that's becoming more and more. So we're going to check that as well, make sure the E-clutch drum is in good shape. All right, so originally when this problem had started, Sherlin had dropped the valve body out. He put new solenoids in, put it back in, and that did not fix the car. So we got it here, and we're going to open it up, see what we find. So the valve body actually already has been overhauled, so we're just going to pretty much lift that out and put that aside. So I'm going to get a little closer, and we're going to open this up and see what we find causing this 3/4 slip. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is going to get these pump bolts out. Okay, I'm going to take the flange off here, and that end nut, or that flange as they call it, is a 34mm 12 point. They come right off. I just bend the tabs up because it is staked. This will come right off. You got a seal in here. Now we're going to change. Actually waiting on my parts. They should be here. My overhaul kit should be here this morning. I have my bushing kit already that I'm going to be installing, but I'm waiting for the overhaul kit, and the clutches have to come from out of state. So here's all the bushings and everything that's going to get installed. Okay. So this also, just to let everyone know, this also is an E-shift valve body. So we have our J bracket here, which is for the park release cable, and then we have the mechanism that goes here that the cable rides in. So that had some corrosion and rust and stuff on it, so I took it apart and I cleaned it all up. So this would actually, the cable will go through here, which it's all nice and clean now. And then this will go here, the cable sits in here, you can actually adjust it. So remember, you want to have, you know, you don't want it to be, when it's relaxed, you don't want it to be right against the bracket. You need some space in there. So I double checked that, that all looked correct, all looked adjusted correctly. But I want to take everything out and clean it out, get all the rust. It's pretty common for rust to get in there. All right, so now we're going to flip this up. two in the pan here. Okay, pan is new. Okay, so now we gotta take, before we take the valve body off, gonna lift up on the tab. These things are tight. There we go. The kit I got coming is the new one that comes in there. I like the, we're using the original ZF overhaul kit. I like that kit. It's a nice kit. Okay. Body. All right, here is the, which you saw on another video, the bridge seal, aluminum bridge seal. So you know that's not going to break, and this car will jump back apart. Okay, let's get the seals out here, the sleeves. Okay. Now this should be able to come out. All right, let's see. Bit of quick. All right. Okay, pump. And we have a spacer here. Push a little horn, but not terrible. We definitely got something burned up here, for sure. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. Okay. Okay, snap ring. that E-drum is fried. Even fried this, even came over to this one here. E-clutch hub. I'm gonna have to get a snap ring and everything for this here. There's not much left. Alright, so we got a fried E-drum 100%. I'm gonna move this pan over to here. That pan is new. How about here? Alright, now we're going to get the snap ring out to get the center support out. Snap ring. Let me just turn my lights on here. Center support's coming out next. Straight. Alright, I'm blocking the view here. We also got the D clutch here. I do have a, I have a kit coming and I have a friction module coming. The friction module, again, is out of state, so that's going to be about 2 days before it gets here. That's coming from Cleveland. The overhaul kit was local and I'm waiting for that. Here. I want to be careful not to forget about that or lose that. Okay. Okay, also a shim that goes there, and then on this side another shim here. Alright, so I'm going to pop this seal, rear seal out. Just going to pry up on it with the screwdriver. Rear seal. And we'll see if we can get this bearing out here. There is the snap ring. Bearing should come right out. Okay, so now the case is stripped. All right, so let me just get rid of the case. I'm going to start actually heating my cleaning machine up. Let me get rid of the case, and then we will start taking these drums apart and taking a look at the clutches. All right, so just give me a few and I'll be right back. All right, so we got the A drum, and see if we can get this planet out of here. Gotta compress that snap ring. Sometimes don't come out that easy. This actually wasn't bad. Okay, we'll put this back in. Put a snap ring back into the groove. Okay. And again, this washer, we leave this washer alone. All right, now let's take a look at the A clutch. All right, overall not too bad, but again, banner kit is coming. All right, now when I take this drum apart to do the seals, again, you got to mark where the piston is in relation to the drum, because these pieces here, the tabs, are part of the drum, and then the slots here are part of the piston. So everything has to line up for that planet to go in the way it should. We got the B, and we got a bearing, and the bearing has a lip, so when you knock the bushing in, again, just make sure you knock it down far enough so it doesn't hit the lip of the bearing, because this could actually throw off, you know, the drum. Something may not be sitting correctly. So when you change the bushing in here, just make sure you knock it down far enough to clear the lip. All right, these clutches are bare. We've got some burn marks here. So we get some steel plates for this. And here's the B clutch. Alright, also, C is a little burnt. Alright, we already looked at D was in the case. Alright, so these are not bad, but again, they're going to be changed. And the problem clutch is the E clutch. All right, let's take this bearing off. And this here we're going to be getting, well, I want to just check everything. Snap ring is no good. These are selective. I believe they're selective. So we'll have to call Ericsson's and get to get those. All right, here's the wave. Doesn't look too bad. Pressure plate. See if we can clean that out. If not, all that is accessible. And of course, the clutches and steels are no good. Alright, so we'll work on that. I'll speak to Ericsson's on that. Alright, now we're going to open up the pump. Alright, I just got to step out for a few minutes. I will be back very shortly and we will continue. Okay, so we're going to take the bolts out of the pump and all the ones around the outside here, just to make sure that I don't strip the tool or bolt or anything. I knocked them all loose with my impact driver and T30 socket. Okay, so again we have the spacer here, we got a couple of rings. Okay, 2 rings will come in the kit. All right. All right, this looks good here. Pump gears. Alright, get rid of that oil. Alright, this all looks good, nice and smooth. We've got a bearing here instead of a bushing. Pump O-ring, front seal, and the pump gears, with these looking real nice shape. Okay, so what I want to do now is we're going to take a look at the E-drum. I put the clutches and steels and everything back in, and I like to see if this one holds the pressure, or if we see some bubbling. I'll get up real close down into the drum. That's usually where it would crack. There's also a feed tube inside the drum that is really not serviceable. Should there be a problem with that, you'd have to change the drum. Alright, we've got a couple of rings here that we're going to change. So the apply for the E-drum is here, and of course when this bushing wears, that will allow for the apply oil to escape. So that's why you may have issues in 4th, 5th, and 6th. You may have gear monitoring 3/4 shift or 5/6, but this is all on 4th, 5th, and 6th. Alright, so let me get a little closer onto this E-drum, and we're going to check this E-drum real quick. Okay, so first we're going to take this bearing out here. Alright, I'm going to put some oil around here, around the outside. Alright, so I'm going to block the one side with my finger, and I'm going to put the rubber tip on this side here. Now the drum looks okay. Yeah, now I don't really see anything. All right, so the drum looks all right. So just the clutch itself, very possible it got worn down, came up too high, the rubber may be torn. So maybe we'll open up this drum and see if we can see something there. All right, so just give me another few minutes. Let me do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got this E-drum apart. I'm not really seeing anything. You know, you got O-rings here and here that seem to be not broken. Also got an O-ring here. All right, so it's very possible, you know, we are dealing with the bushing problem, and that could be what had caused this clutch to burn out. Okay, all these O-rings are good. The drum is good, we tested that. Here is my snap ring and the retainer for the snap ring. So, I'm just going to start cleaning this up, waiting for my parts. And I guess that's about it. So again, 2004 BMW 745 Li, and we're dealing with E-clutch failure. All right, we're going to be doing the clutches, the steels, pressure plates, snap ring, as well as, you know, we're going to be cleaning up this drum. Want to get this all cleaned off here, and you're going to do it up, make it real nice. And I guess that's about it. So I'm going to start cleaning this up because I do have the bushing kit, and I'm going to start installing the bushing kit. And I'm just waiting for the overhaul, which should be here sometime this morning, I hope. Friction module, be here in a couple of days. Waiting for them to come pick the converter up for overhaul on that. And I guess that's about it. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you next one.